Hello and welcome to this episode of the Print on Demand Playbook Podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Von Arx, here with my co-host, Kerry. And in today's episode, we're talking about all things SMS marketing. What is it? Why you should consider it as a sales channel for your t-shirt or apparel business, and most importantly, how it can make you more sales. Also, be sure to listen to the end where we reveal our top 3 recommended platforms for SMS marketing. But first, real quick, before we begin, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast. It really helps us reach new listeners and helps you never miss an episode. So thank you so much. We are so glad you're here. And just before we hop in, here's a quick word from this episode's sponsor.
This podcast is brought to you by Gelato, the world's largest print-on-demand network. Gelato enables individuals ranging from e-commerce entrepreneurs to artists and creatives to establish their own global business. The magic of Gelato is that they focus on local production. The item being delivered is produced in the country that the order is placed almost 90% of the time, leading to many benefits such as lower costs, faster delivery times, and most importantly, reducing carbon emissions. The focus on tech to knit together over 130 production facilities across 32 countries is truly unique. Thanks to this, they currently have the highest customer satisfaction score in the print-on-demand industry on Trustpilot. To check them out for yourself, go to sixfigurefounder.com/gelato and use the discount code PODPlaybook, all capital letters, to get 60% off your first order when placed within 72 hours. That's the number 6figurefounder.com/GELATO. You can also find the link and discount code in the podcast show notes or in the video description on YouTube. Welcome back to the Print on Demand Playbook Podcast, episode 37. Adrian, what's going on, my friend?
Dude, I'm doing great. I am so just looking forward to, I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but I'm just getting all the Q4 vibes right now. The Q4 vibes. Like, for anyone that hasn't experienced this before, Q4, the fourth quarter, i.e. the last 3 months of the year, this is the biggest shopping season of the entire year. Pretty much everybody is looking for gifts for people. And this is where a lot of brands make the most of their sales. Some brands make more sales this quarter, this fourth quarter, than the rest of the year. And some, it's not like that, but they just still make a ton because they're not only getting people that are following them buying their products, but those people are also buying products for their friends and family who are also in their niche in a lot of cases. So yeah, man, I'm just fired up. Like, it's almost Q4. So yeah, we're just getting very, very close, and we've got some really exciting things coming up. One being our very last 2-day workshop of the year. So we're doing a Grow Your Brand workshop on October 4th and 5th. This is going to be super exciting. This is the last one of 2023. So if you've been listening to us up to this point, and if you've been hearing about Six Figure Founder or about our 2-day Grow Your Brand workshop, this is an open invite to everyone. Currently, we have a wait list. So what I recommend that everybody do, if you haven't already, I hope you guys have done this already, but if you have not, go to our website, and I actually have it this time. I butcher this every time, but it is the number 6figurefounder.com/coaching, and get on the wait list. And as soon as the sign up opens up for the 2-day Grow Your Brand workshop, we will email you, and then you can sign up and you can attend October 4th and 5th. So it's been a ton of fun. We do a ton of live coaching. We do website reviews, we do hot seat coaching where we do kind of brand breakdowns of people that are there. You might even be one of the students that gets coaching. It's totally free. It's a ton of fun. The energy is awesome, and all of you are invited. So I just want to say again, number 6figurefounder.com/coaching if you want to get into the very last 2-day Grow Your Brand workshop of 2023. And this is going to be right in the thick of Q4. Mm-hmm. So we're surely going to be talking about Q4. There's probably going to be a lot of questions, and we're going to be answering them all. Kerry, is there anything else you want to say about that?
I wanted to say a couple things. I couldn't get a word in, Adrian. You were just shredding, just ripping along about the workshop. That's great. I wanted to say that now I'm going to stumble as I can't think of things. I want to say about Q4, I am really excited because I don't know if you've noticed this, Adrian, but I definitely have with our six-figure founder students. And also been seeing this in Shirt School is that we're already seeing like a huge uptick in sales. Like people are crushing it right now in our communities. And we've seen a bunch of our students, like we have a student hit their first $10,000 in sales.
Oh,
so student hit their first $1,000 in sales that just joined. I've been seeing the post in my Shirt School community. Like we have this wins thread where everybody can post their wins. And so many people have been posting that they're starting to get more sales, starting to get that momentum. We've also been seeing people putting out content and like the views picking up like crazy. I think fourth quarter is like starting to come a little early. And so I wanted to extend out a message of encouragement to all of our podcast listeners, because I posted this in our private chat with all of our six-figure founder members just I think yesterday morning. I was just really feeling excited about fourth quarter because I've been seeing our students sales starting to pick up, students having success. And I just posted like, now is the time. It's going to be a huge fourth quarter. If you're listening out there, like I want to encourage you, you're going to have a huge fourth quarter. We're going to see record sales this fourth quarter, and you can be a part of that. And I think if you either you have a brand already and you're going into maybe your first fourth quarter, your next fourth quarter, or you're still wanting to start a brand, both those situations, now's the time to make the necessary changes that you need to make the updates, to get the new designs ready, get the new products ready. Like start preparing now as quickly as possible, because you don't want to be left in the dust in the fourth quarter with all the brands that are going to be having so much success and pulling in profits. Like you can be a part of that. And if you take advantage of it, if you take action now, you're going to have a massive fourth quarter. You're going to make tons of money. And so I just want to encourage you to get after it. And a great way to really start taking action is to come to that workshop October 4th and 5th, get some training, right? Some free training, potentially some free coaching, get the fourth quarter started on the right foot, and you'll have plenty of time before Black Friday to make sure that you capitalize on the biggest week of the year, which is Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So I concur with Adrian. Get into that 2-day workshop. It's our last one of the year. It's going to be huge, and we're super excited.
Yeah, your message in the Six-Figure Founder group yesterday really inspired me. It got me fired. I'm like, all right, guys, it's time to level up. Let's go.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, summer's over, guys. Let's level up.
Yep.
It's go time. There's going to be a lot of shining stars this Q4. And we hope that it's every single person listening here. We hope that everybody here gets a piece of the pie, because it's out there. People are going to buy from someone. If it's not you, they're going to buy from someone else.
There will be no shortage of demand.
Year after year seem to climb. Sorry, go ahead.
There will be no shortage of demand.
Right.
For buyers out there. It's just a matter of if you're going to be ready to take advantage of it.
100%.
Adrian, do you have a review?
Yeah, let's jump to the review. So we were running low on Apple Podcast reviews. So last week we were like, hey guys, if you are enjoying this podcast, please just pause the podcast, take 2 minutes to leave us a review so that we can keep shouting out reviews every single week. And we got one. So thank you so much to Trex29. You are awesome. They heeded the call. And so they left us a 5-star review saying a game-changing podcast for print on demand.
Yeah.
And that was the headline. And here's what they had to say. It looks like part of the review got cut off, which is unfortunate. But I'll read what is here. They say, I recently stumbled upon the most incredible podcast about print on demand, hosted by the dynamic duo Adrian and Kerry. From the moment I hit play, I was hooked. Their generosity in sharing their knowledge is truly remarkable. And then it just says "and." So maybe they hit the button to submit it before they says, complete.
And I have been binge listening to their episodes for the past week. This is like 6 paragraphs, man. 6 or 7 paragraphs.
Okay. I don't know why for me, that's where it gets cut off. It doesn't show anymore.
As someone who is just starting a business in the print-on-demand industry, I cannot express how grateful I am to have found this podcast. The information they provide is nothing short of a game changer. Adrian and Kerry's expertise shines through in every episode, and their passion for the subject is infectious.
Yes.
Should I keep going?
Let's go.
My gosh.
Keep going.
What sets this podcast apart is the genuine care and support they offer their listeners. They go above and beyond to ensure that their audience receives valuable insights and practical tips to succeed in the print-on-demand business. Come on. Their willingness to share their knowledge is truly commendable. The chemistry between Adrian and Kerry is undeniable. Their dynamic energy and engaging conversations make each episode a joy to listen to. They effortlessly blend humor, personal anecdotes, and expert advice, creating a podcast that feels like a conversation with friends. Oh my gosh, wow. I gotta stop right there. But let me just read there's a couple more paragraphs and then there's a conclusion. In conclusion, if you're interested in the print-on-demand industry or looking to start your own business, I highly recommend tuning into this podcast. Adrian and Kerry's generosity, expertise, and dynamic hosting make it an invaluable resource. I'm immensely grateful for their dedication to helping others succeed. Thank you so much. Man. Is this the greatest review I've ever read in my life?
Like, I wish I knew who you were personally so I could like write you a personal thank you, because that is just so inspiring for us. Like, I was literally getting more fired up the more of the review that Kerry got. I wish we could read the whole review, but thank you so much. I'm going to go and find the full review and I'm going to read the whole thing myself.
Yeah, Trex29, just reach out to us in an email or hit us up on Instagram. Like, we love to connect with you and we really appreciate that. You can email us at, you can email me at Kerry@sixfigurefounder.com. I'm sure it's Adrian at sixfigurefounder.com. Like, put us both.
The number 6, figurefounder.com.
Put us both on there. Just CC, Adrian and Kerry at sixfigurefounder.com. Just let us know who you are. Like, maybe we'll send you a gift or something, because that was wild.
We're really grateful for you. So thank you so much for the nice review. All right. On that high note, let's jump into the main event of this episode. So we are talking about increasing sales. Who does not want to increase their sales? Today, we're talking about increasing your sales with SMS marketing. And this is something that we haven't done a dedicated episode about before, but this hands down, I'm sure Kerry, you'll agree, is one of the most powerful retention tools in the world right now for t-shirt and apparel businesses. Would you agree?
Absolutely. It's an incredible marketing tool that's somewhat newer. Like, SMS has been around for a long time. Yeah. SMS has been around for a long time, but like SMS marketing on a bigger scale, last five years or so, it's really kind of come to prominence. It's awesome. Yeah,
I would say with e-commerce, like print-on-demand brands, probably in the last 2 years, we started seeing a lot more adopting it. And now it's almost become commonplace. It's quite common. You see it a lot with a lot of brands, and there are brands absolutely crushing it with this. And when you guys hear the fun facts about SMS marketing, it'll start making sense to you. So this episode, we're going to do a couple things. First, we're going to explain what SMS marketing is in case someone is not familiar with it. That's totally fine. We're going to talk about some fun facts around SMS marketing, why it's so effective. We're going to talk about 6 huge benefits of SMS marketing and why you should consider it as part of your marketing strategy for your brand. And then we're going to end off with our top 3 recommendations. So stick around until the end. We're going to share with you our top 3 favorite SMS marketing tools right now. But let's just jump right in and start from the top. So what is SMS marketing? Kerry, did you want to kick this off, or do you want me to kick this off?
Yeah, SMS marketing is a powerful sales tool that involves sending marketing message by text message. You guessed it. It's a form of opt-in marketing, so people have to opt in just like they do with email marketing. It requires contacts to subscribe. In most cases, brands will have an email pop-up that incentivizes visitors to provide their phone number in exchange for a discount. So if you're wondering, like, right off the bat, how do I gather SMS or phone numbers?
Yeah.
The best way to do that is through a pop-up, very similar to how you do email. Now, I think one of the biggest things that I've seen students run into is like, how do I integrate both? How do I integrate SMS and email? And I think you'd agree, Adrian, that the best way to do that is a 2-step pop-up.
Yep.
So the 100%. Pop-up comes up on your Shopify store. It says, enter your email for 10% off or something. They enter their email, and then it says step 2, enter your phone number to complete your sign up, whatever, and get your discount code. So it's a 2-step pop-up. You don't have 2 separate ways to opt in. You integrate them into one.
Yeah. We recommend doing, if you're going to do SMS, also do email and do them together as opposed to just going only SMS. You can if you want, but getting email and SMS is like a 2-for-1.
Yep.
So, yeah.
SMS marketing, it's a great retention tool, and it can be very effective for first-time and repeat purchases. In fact, like one of the places I would recommend most people start is just by integrating SMS into their abandoned cart flow, their abandoned cart sequence. That's one of the best ways to just get started with it, because you're going to see that you're going to get higher conversion with your abandoned carts, people coming back to complete their purchase, if you just add a text message along with the email.
Yep.
Totally
agree. And there's a lot of ways that you can use SMS marketing for your t-shirt apparel business. You can use it for special offers and discounts. You can use it for announcing new arrivals, doing new arrivals campaigns. You can do remarketing with it. Like Kerry said, if someone abandons their cart, you can send them a text message saying, oops, you left something in your cart, like complete your purchase now. And it'll take them to a link to that exact product or the products that they abandoned in their cart, so that they can very simply complete their purchase. And that is very powerful. A lot of times that's all it takes to get someone to come back, because what we need to realize is not everyone abandons their cart because they changed their mind. A lot of them abandon their cart because they were interrupted. And anyone knows that there are a lot of interruptions in a day. Like if someone is on their phone trying to complete a purchase, there's a good chance they're getting text messages. They might get a phone call. There's emails pop up. There's lots of different stuff that could kind of take their attention away, and then they navigate away, and then they forget. Maybe they accidentally close it out and they forget that they were even on the website. So I always say selling is service. Like if you can let the person know that they forgot something and help them out by giving them a link to that product, that can be very, very powerful, and that can convert a lot of those people into customers. So remarketing, surveys, if you want to do post-purchase surveys or customer surveys, if you want to do back in stock notifications, these are all ways that you can leverage text message marketing for your business. And there's a whole lot more. I'm just throwing out like a short list of them. Now, go ahead, Kerry.
No, those were all great ways. I think it's really important. One thing you said is that, like, as sellers, we always think when somebody abandons their cart, it's because we did something wrong, but it's not. It's in fact, most times it's not. It's like you said, we're people, like we have short attention spans, and things come up. You could be in the middle of a purchase and get a phone call, get a text message, see something else, have a conversation with somebody in real life. Have you ever heard of that, Adrian? Talking to someone in real life? It's crazy.
I don't know, man. It's been a long time.
But no, for real, I might be like, for me, like I could be sitting on the couch about to buy something on a website, and my son walks up and says, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," and it's like, I'll get that later. You know what I mean? Totally. So it's not always because we did something wrong. So here's 3 different incentives for SMS opt-in. The top 3, according to the Attentive Mobile Consumer Report. So these are the top 3 ways you can get somebody to opt into your email list, according to data we have from other websites. Number 3, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1.
I like that. I like that because I think the first one's gonna surprise people. Number 1, I think, is gonna surprise people.
I feel like we've been talking about number 1 for email, like for promotional style thing. Anyways, I feel like it is a really good strategy. Number 3 is free gift with next purchase. Do you know what that means? Like I kind of have some ideas, but like
I know what free gift with purchase means. Maybe that's what they meant, because that is pretty popular.
Like a physical gift?
Yeah. So what they'll do is sometimes it's just like stickers packed in. Other times, like one company that does this a lot is Pure Vita bracelets, and they do free gift with purchase. So I guess free gift with next purchase is they give their phone number, and then they complete a purchase after that, and then they get a free gift with that. And a lot of times Pure Vita bracelets, who sells apparel, but they also sell a lot of jewelry, they'll throw like a free bracelet in with an order. And maybe it's bracelets that don't sell very well, that they're just trying to offload. Maybe it's like a style that they're kind of phasing out. I don't know, but they do this a lot.
But you could do this
with
you could do a digital gift. You know, like it doesn't, because I don't even think it doesn't even have to be like a discount, any kind of like gift card or anything like that. It could be like related to your niche. So let's say you have a fitness brand, you know, a la Whole Strength or something, or, you know, we've talked about different fitness brands. Let's say you have a fitness brand and, you know, a gift you give away with the next purchase is, you know, top 10 weightlifting exercises to build muscle. You know, like, and you have literally just a report in a PDF that you give them, and it's like, here's the top 10 weight, you know, why am I struggling to find that word? The top 10 lifting exercises,
weightlifting exercises,
top 10 lifts to build muscle. And maybe you go a little bit in depth on why these exercises, you know, build more muscle, each one. Like, that could be a value add for somebody as a free gift, right? Totally.
You can even have like a video course where it's like showing the exercises and you're rocking your apparel, like you're rocking your shirts and all these exercises. That would be super cool. I'm just like thinking on the fly, but you're right. It can totally be something digital. If you're a vegan brand, like 10 vegan recipes you need to try, and we'll give you this book with these recipes. Or if you're
an ebook is
in the
great.
hiking niche, like the top 10 hikes in America and what you need to see, something like that, you know?
And you like, I think a lot of people, it's funny. I don't want to go too far off subject here, but I was having lunch with a friend yesterday, and he asked me to go to lunch because he wanted me to help him with an online business. He was trying to kind of figure out, he was wanting to get into content and different things. And obviously I do that. So he was kind of asking me questions, but, so many people think like, can't I just find that can't they just find that anywhere? Can't you just like, can I just Google the top 10 hikes in America? But like, I'm just telling you guys, like, that does not matter. It does not factor in.
Totally.
Like, just the fact that you want to give them a free gift and the fact that it's coming from your brand, you know, and not from just random Google website, like it's worth so much more value. And it does not matter that it's something you can maybe Google. Like, it does not factor in. Like, it's just the fact that you're providing additional value, the fact that it's coming from your brand, like, it means more than just a random blog or something. So that is just an interesting thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. And if you want new physical products, I would think the most practical one would be like stickers. Have stickers packed in. There are some print on demand companies that allow that, and you can have your stickers and then you can pack them in. That's a free gift. So
pretty cool.
Multiple ways. Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me.
Number two.
Sorry, I yawned right in the middle of our list. Number 2 is, I think, the most common. It's percentage off discounts. So, you know, just very simply, enter your email and your phone number to get 20% off, 15% off, right? Pretty standard. Number 1 is dollar off discounts. Yeah. So again, this is something we've kind of been talking about. I think we've even talked about doing a gift card, which is actually even a little bit more unique than this, giving them like a $5 gift card or something like that. But simply just saying, enter your email and phone number to get, you know, $5 off instead of a percentage off. According to the data, let's say people like that more, Adrian, on this specific report.
Yeah, I think that's really effective. Like, simple offers convert. And this is about as simple as it gets. There's no guessing. You don't have to do any calculations to find out how much of a discount it is. You know, if shipping's $5 and you get $5 off, it's like, oh, sweet, it's going to cover the cost of shipping, something like that. You know, it's really clean and simple and easy to understand. And people really like the simplicity of it. It's very, very popular. And I actually really like that idea. I was actually thinking for a free gift for next purchase is if you give them a gift card.
Give them a $5 gift card. It's the same as $1 off.
Discount, but the psychology around it is different. So you say free gift from that purchase, they complete their purchase, and then you have maybe even an automation that sends them email and says, hey, here's your gift. Open up for your gift. And then it's like a $10 gift card or a $5 gift card, whatever. That's cool. That would be amazing. I would love that if that were me. Yeah. And it would significantly increase the chances that they're going to convert if they're getting this gift card.
Yeah, there's something about, we've talked about this before. I don't remember if it was on the podcast, but the psychology around getting a gift card and versus getting a discount. When you get a gift card, you feel like you have to use it right away. I think I told the story before on the podcast. I went into the New Balance store and like in California, this was last year. I went into the New Balance store, and at the door they had people handing out gift cards, and it was like a $20 gift card, which is crazy. It's like a $20 gift card. But I'm in the New Balance store. I don't even like New Balance, but I was like, they just gave me this is cash. I have to use this right now. I ended up buying like 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, which that's a whole nother story, because it's like I bought like 2 or 3 pairs. I ended up spending like hundreds of dollars, but it was literally because of that stinking gift card. Like, it's just the psychology.
It's crazy how that works, man. It's so different. It is very different.
Yep. All right, let's keep going.
All right, let's jump into fun facts, because there's some really interesting data around SMS or text message marketing, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to drop some fun facts.
These are wild.
We love statistics. We love sharing statistics because they just get you fired up. So statistic number 1, according to the Attentive Mobile Consumer Report, 91% of consumers say they would opt in for text messages from brands. Over 9 out of 10 people said that they would opt in. I probably opt in for like 3 or 4 different brands. And a lot of people do. It's become very normalized now. You know what I mean? It's almost getting close to like how people opt in for email marketing. So that's good. That's good, because before, at the beginning, I feel like it was a little bit harder to collect phone numbers because people were like, "Oh, I've never seen that before." But now it's becoming very normalized.
Also, in my opinion, I think it's even easier to opt out of SMS than it is email. Yeah. So that might be one of the a small reason, because I know if I opt into an SMS list and I don't want the messages, all I have to do is reply stop. Like, it's super easy. Whereas with an email, I actually have to click unsubscribe and I have to fill out their survey, and it's like there's like more steps. So anyways, keep going.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's super simple. Next fun fact: the average open rate for text message marketing campaigns. Oh man, this is crazy, Kerry. Over 90%.
It's wild.
Over 90%. The average open rate for text message marketing campaigns, compared to 20% for email marketing. And we still love email marketing. I still recommend getting email marketing in place first and then doing SMS as a phase 2 strategy. But dude, that's an insane statistic.
Think about it this way. If you have a message, like if you're running your biggest sale of the year and you want to make sure people see it, like, text messaging is the way. People will see your message if you text it to them. Because you can't sit there with your phone with an unread text message. You can't do it. Like, you got to look at it, no matter who it's from. And so I just say, like, if you do have a message you want to make sure gets out, like texting, that would be something you want to text, right? Email, it's less intrusive, less invasive.
Yeah. But I mean, think about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where everyone gets like 100 emails a day from every brand they've ever followed. True. They don't get nearly as many text messages from brands. So you're going to get seen over so many others who are only doing email marketing.
And that's something that's crazy, Adrian, is there's so much more attention on SMS because you pay way closer attention to your text messages than you do your emails. Yeah. And there's way less brands taking advantage of it. So like, there's a mismatch there, right? Of like, there's more attention and less brands. So you can get your message out so much better.
Totally. I feel like you get your most brand loyal peeps. Like, you get your tribe through SMS. Those are going to be people that are going to subscribe to your SMS. And as soon as you hit them, they're going to open it up. And if they like something, or if they hear about your Black Friday sale, they're going to be on your website, like, immediately. Like, every time we send an SMS message, all of a sudden we get a huge spike in website activity because it's so simple. It's like 1 or 2 sentences with a link. And then they click the link, right away it takes them to your website. And so within like literally 5 to 10 minutes of sending out a text message, you're going to see a spike in your website traffic, most likely, because people have to opt in for this. They chose to be on your SMS list. And you don't think they're going to be curious if you say that you have new arrivals, or that you say that your biggest sale of the year just kicked off? Of course. And I'm actually going to skip to this. I'm going to skip one stat and I'll come back to it. But I want to talk about this one because it's really relevant for this. According to Easy Texting, 34% of people read their messages within 5 minutes of receiving them. Think about email. Sometimes I don't read email for like certain emails for like a week, especially if it's a marketing email. It's not top priority for me. So I'm going to do all my important stuff, and then I'm going to go spend some time shopping online and checking out emails for my brands.
Sometimes I like star emails because I want to come back and read them, but then I never do.
And they just get drowned out. Then they just get drowned out, especially in fourth quarter. So I totally agree. But isn't that wild? 34% of people read their messages within just 5 minutes of receiving them. And that is why you see a big spike in website activity. Unlike emails, where you don't see as significant of a spike right away, it's kind of like over time. I love that stat. So the one that I skipped that I'm going to come back to is the average click-through for SMS marketing. That means people actually clicking the link. So generally, the text message will be 1 or 2 sentences, and then you'll include a link to take them to your website. The average click-through for SMS marketing is 19.3% compared to 4.2% of email click-through rates. And even 4.2% is like really decently high. Yeah. Like that's pretty solid for email marketing. So, you're getting almost 4 times that with SMS marketing in terms of people actually clicking your link and taking an action and going to your website and then seeing all of your awesome products.
Wild.
And then last but not least, I'm going to leave you with this. So this is a fun fact from Attentive, and they say that 96% of marketers using text messages said it helped them drive revenue. I'm kind of surprised that's not 100%. like who's writing text message and has never made a sale from it? I don't know many people.
Their ideal audience is like 102 years old.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're using flip phones.
Yeah, maybe that is it.
They were like, nah, it didn't help.
Right. But if you have people's phone numbers who are very passionate about your brand, they're raving fans, they love what you sell, and you create products for them that they love, they're gonna buy. And SMS is a great way to get those products in front of them. So
I want to say one more quick thing, and then we'll get into the 6 benefits of SMS marketing. I think that a lot of people are a little bit scared of how many times like reaching out to people multiple times about the same thing and all those kind of things, or different ways. Let me just tell you, like, the more ways that you can get your message to the customers, the way higher likelihood that you're going to make a sale. Yeah. If you think about it, right? If you run an ad, hypothetically, somebody goes to your website and then, they get a text message, they get an email, and then they see a retargeting ad. Like, I'm just telling you, like, you have such a higher likelihood of getting that sale. And it really, really works when you have multiple touch points, especially if you're hitting them in different areas.
Yes.
Like SMS, email, retargeting, different
social
things.
Media.
Don't be afraid, especially when someone shows buying intent. Like, someone has come and added to cart, someone has come and abandoned cart, or someone has made a purchase from you in the past. When they have made buying intent, like, go harder with your
job
messaging
to help them complete the purchase. Yeah. Selling is service. One of my favorite kind of creators out there right now, also an author, is Alex Hormozy. Shout out to Alex Hormozy. I love the guy. He puts out so much good content. And I was listening to one of his YouTube videos lately, and he was saying that the most valuable commodity right now is attention. Because if you can have the attention of a group of people, you can convert a lot of those people into sales. And he was talking about all these young billionaires like Kylie Jenner and all these other people who have huge social media followings and were able to monetize their social media followings to take their brands to the next level. And what is it? Kylie Cosmetics, right? That's like $1 billion brand, I think.
And it's on Shopify.
And it's on Shopify. It's a huge brand, but she monetized her audience because she had the attention of people, and then she got physical products in front of them. And what do you know? These people that followed her, that loved her, a lot of them also bought what she was selling. And as a brand, you should kind of think the same. So if you can get people's attention, and like, you should try multiple touch points, because it's important not to assume that everyone is seeing everything. a lot of your customers or a lot of your fans are not going to see your social media posts. A lot of them might not see your emails. So if you're hitting them in multiple places, email, SMS, social media, you're giving yourself 3 chances, 3 different platforms for them to see what you're talking about, what you have to sell, new products, new promotions, all that sort of stuff. And that's why I think SMS is just such a great addition to other marketing tools like email marketing and social media marketing.
Yep. And I think at the end, before we get into our recommendations, we're going to talk a little bit about maybe some of the not the downsides, but some things of like we should be aware of with SMS marketing.
Yes.
But I think next,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Good.
I was going to say, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Yeah. Like, you have to be careful that you don't overdo it. There is like a balance that needs to be achieved, especially with SMS, because it's so, I don't know what the word is.
Intrusive would be the
intrusive
word.
Is a great word. It's intrusive. Phones, people hold them dear to their heart. Like, they are always by their side or in their pocket. They're always checking them. And so it is much more intrusive than email, in my opinion. So we'll talk about that more. But let's jump into the 6 benefits of SMS marketing. Kerry, did you want to? And guys, this is just 6 of many. We just rounded it up to 6. Kerry, did you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. And we've talked about some of these. I think we're going to blast through these 6 benefits.
That's what we say every time.
We are. We're going to do it, though. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. So 6 benefits of SMS marketing. Number 1, we just talked about it. Crazy high open rates. SMS messages have incredibly high open rates, many times over 90%. You know, one thing I'm thinking about is years ago when it was just coming up, SMS marketing was getting more popular. I remember all these reports coming out like saying that number has to drop over time. It can't stay at 90%, but it has. And again, it's because we can't not look at the message on our phone. Anyways.
Totally.
It's more likely that your messages will be seen by your target audience than social media, email, those kind of things. The average customer receives anywhere from 4,000 to 10,000 ads each day. So SMS is a great way to break through all the noise, to stand out. Most brands aren't doing it still. Most brands are. The big brands, some of the big brands are, but most brands are not doing it, especially if you're a somewhat smaller brand trying to grow. This is a way to stand out in your marketing. And then these are especially valuable during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the holiday season, since everyone is getting swamped with emails. We talked about it before we went into this, but it is just that it's a great way to stand out, makes you unique, and it's a great additional touch point to bring in additional sales.
Yeah. Like Q4 is just, it's so important that you're the one getting the attention in Q4. It's like a fight for attention. It's the Wild West. Everybody, if they're going to send emails any time of the year, it's going to be in the 4th quarter. And so by having an SMS strategy, you're giving yourselves an advantage over anyone that does not have an SMS strategy. All right. Number 2, increase conversion rates. SMS campaigns often result in higher conversion rates compared to other marketing channels, as the immediate nature of SMS prompts recipients to take action promptly. And that kind of goes back to just how quick people check their phones and how quick they are to click that link and go to your website and start shopping. A lot of times people, if you have good products that evoke emotion and relatability and really speak to your ideal target audience, they will buy the products if they're put in front of them. But it's your job as a marketer to get them to your website or to your Instagram or Facebook shop to see your products so that they can fall in love and they can complete the purchase and they can be a super happy customer who hopefully comes back again and again. But that's one thing I love about SMS. It's like really quick.
Yeah.
You get quick feedback. You get very, very quick feedback.
I can totally vouch from experience on this one. Like recently, we sent out some text SMS messages to like 6,000 to 10,000 people, and it's like immediately, like within minutes. But like you can go in there 10 minutes later, and it's got hundreds and hundreds of clicks on the link, and you can see that. And it's like, so if you have a message that's timely, that's like, we have a sale that's expiring in 48 hours. Like you can get clicks immediately, and it's really, really powerful.
Dude, I've seen texts that are like, our sale ends in 2 hours. We've got like a 2-hour flash sale right now. Go to our website, and it just gets people to take action so fast. If they no time to think, you got to get to that website and complete your purchase. It's pretty cool.
Like you said, you get immediate feedback. Like with most SMS platforms, you can actually have two-way conversations with the customer. So you can actually go in there and you can actually just chat with the customer. So when you send a mass message to, let's say, 1,000 people, you'll start getting replies back. People can just like say, I don't want that. Or, they might ask a question. That's what I get a lot is they might ask like, do you have extra sizes? Do you have it in a different color? Or what's your return policy? They might ask questions. So you can literally immediately go in there and then just start having actual one-on-one conversations with your customer, which brings huge value. And you can do this with email, obviously, but you're going to get much more feedback and it's going to be immediate on SMS. And it's a whole different level of value you're providing to your customer when you're having a text message conversation with them one-on-one than when you're replying to a support email. It's totally different. Totally different.
100% agree. And honestly, man, I think the future of customer support is text messaging. Yeah, I do. I think it's going to become a normal thing in the future where anytime someone if they're following you, if they're subscribed, they can just message you customer support questions and the brand will actually have someone responding. I think that people would really like that because people are so used to text messaging. It's so simple for them. The other thing I was going to say is imagine if you were running a 2-hour sale and you tried doing that over email. I feel like half the people wouldn't have opened the email before the sale is over. Whereas SMS, when you've got this huge amount, 34% of people reading it just within the first 5 minutes. Like, think about where they are after the first hour. That's probably upwards to maybe around 50%. I don't know. I'm totally guessing. But if 34% is in the first 5 minutes, giving them 2 hours, I think you're going to get a lot of people, especially if you open the text messages with something like 2-hour flash sale starts now. And be like, because you get the first couple words of the text message, right? So that's going to prompt them to open it like even more. Yep. I'm getting excited by this. I'm getting fired up. But anyhow, let's go.
Number four out of 6 is required opt-in. So SMS marketing requires recipients to opt in, which means that your messages are being sent to a receptive audience that is already interested in your offering. So when you are building your SMS list and you're sending out SMS messages, you're getting people that are trusting you with their phone number. They're entering in, like they're giving you their phone number, which is a pretty high level of commitment.
It's personal.
Yeah,
giving the phone number is very personal.
Most people will give their email out. It's not that big of a deal, right? But for them to give you their phone number is a big deal. And so you're going to get higher quality conversions because you're requiring that opt-in with their phone number.
Yeah, I almost think of it like a strainer. Like you're filtering out anyone that doesn't really care about your brand, and you're holding in, you're retaining the people that really do care about your brand and the people that really love your brand and really want to hear from you. And who do you think is the lowest hanging fruit? Who do you think is most likely to purchase? Who do you think is most likely to check out your website and get excited when you drop new arrivals and you have really cool promotions? It's going to be those people. It's going to be the people that you retain through SMS marketing. All right.
Hit us with number 5.
Next is number 5 it is cost effective. And this is kind of contrary to popular belief. SMS is more expensive than email marketing. Yes, there's no question it's more expensive than email marketing, but it's important that we look at the return on the investment. If you compare SMS marketing to something like running Facebook ads or Google ads, it is going to be significantly more affordable, and you're getting your message in front of more qualified individuals. These are pre-vetted people. They have opted in. They clearly want to hear from you, and they're the ones most likely to buy. So SMS marketing, it's often more affordable than other forms of paid marketing. And text messages usually only cost pennies to send. And then what's nice about it too is plans can be scaled up or down depending on how big your list is. So you're not paying hundreds of dollars if you only have 100 phone numbers collected. You know what I mean? There's flexibility there. And like I mentioned before, what's most important is really to pay attention to the return on investment. If you're doing SMS marketing effectively, you should be making significantly more in sales, multiple times more in sales from the text messages than you're actually paying to deliver them.
Yeah. Yeah, you said it great, man. You said it great.
Thank you.
I think it's important that people know that it can be more expensive than email. Yeah, it just is. I think it's just technology and everything makes it a little bit more expensive to do emails. And you got all the carriers, and some carriers require fees, and it's kind of a different game than email. But when you look at the return on investment with the open rates, I mean, yeah. So number 6. Trackable and measurable results. SMS platforms usually provide analytics and tracking features, allowing you to monitor the success of your campaign in terms of open rates, click-through rates, and conversions. So yeah, I mean, very similar to email, I would say, in kind of the stats and everything that you can get. But yeah, I mean, it's something you can measure a lot better than even ads and different things. Like it will give you trackable and measurable results and help you really know which campaigns are converting, which campaigns aren't converting. And
okay, so that was the 6. That was the kind of 6 benefits of SMS marketing, 6 of many. Those are kind of the top 6, but I actually want to give a pro tip again.
Pro tip.
Last episode, we need like a lead into the pro tip. But last episode, just on the fly, I thought of a pro tip and I gave it at the end of the episode. And I want to give another one because just that last point made me think of something. So here's a pro tip if you are running or think about running SMS marketing. If you do send a text message campaign and it is highly successful, I recommend duplicating that campaign in the future, maybe 3, 4, 5 months later, and try to make it identical, because there was clearly some magic there. It could have been in the verbiage, it could have been in the offer, it could have been in the product that it showed people, but there was some magic there. And a lot of times you can replicate that magic by duplicating past strong performing campaigns. We recommend the same thing for email marketing. If you had an email crush it like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, you should drop that exact same email again if it makes sense. In a lot of cases, it does make sense, or you have to make just minor tweaks to it. But the same applies for SMS marketing. Keep the verbiage the same, keep everything you can possibly the same, and leverage that magic to print money again, because if the first time it worked, there's a very good chance it's going to work the second time too.
Yeah, a lot of times people are afraid to just send the same email again or send the same text again. I've done this hundreds of times.
Same, dude.
Adrian, I am the king of duplicating email and text messages and just resending. I'm telling you, like, if you're on my email list, don't do this, but you could just go and search a title and you'll probably see it like 10 times. I send the same emails all the time.
It works. I don't know why more people aren't doing it. Guys, like, nobody remembers your email from 6 months ago.
In fact, only 20% of people even saw it. If that.
Yeah, probably only 20% of people saw it. And if they're getting 4,000 ads per day, you think they're going to remember our little ad from 6 months ago? No. In most cases, they're not. And if they do, who cares? The majority of them are not. The high majority of them are not. And there's a really good chance that those people will convert. And who knows? Maybe the people that bought it from the first time and did notice it, maybe that brings them back to the website and they buy again. You never know. It's so effective. So I highly recommend everyone to try that strategy.
All right.
Kerry, do you want to talk about the word of caution?
Yeah, just getting into a little bit of a word of caution. So it's important to note that while SMS marketing offers a ton of benefits, it should be used responsibly to avoid overwhelming customers and potentially leading to opt-outs. Be sure to provide value, respect privacy regulations, and only send text messages to recipients who opted in. So with email marketing, what I want to say about this, with email marketing, you can kind of send as many as you want, right? They can unsubscribe. It's just much less intrusive, and email marketing is also received as, like, it's more well received for selling. So when you can sell in emails and nobody's going to give you any crap, right? Like you can sell as much as you want, basically. Now there's still a limit for email. I mean, you probably don't want to send 5, 6, 7 emails a week, even though some brands do, but you're going to see your open rates.
If you have lots of content and products, maybe it makes sense. But
your open rates are going to dip. Your open rates are going to dip. Like if you're doing 5 days a week, 7 days a week emails, it might be great. I'm really not hating on it because you just have to test it. But you're going to see open rates drop. You're going to see click-through rates drop. Anyways, so we usually recommend 2-3 emails a week. But with SMS, I probably wouldn't even recommend 1 per week. If you're like, as far as mass SMS, I mean, you could, but even 1 per week might be a little bit much. I mean, you're really going to want to focus on when you have big sales. Now, this is different from abandoned carts, and those are a whole different subject, really, when it talk about frequency. When somebody opts in as a to your SMS list, like you want to send the discount code, all that kind of stuff. But as far as just like mass campaigns, you're really going to want to focus it around big sales, special offers, different things like that, new products. That's going to be a little bit more rare than how often you're going to send emails. I also wanted to just say in regards to this is like, one of the SMS platforms I use, they literally allow you when you're creating the campaign to just delete the, send stop to stop part. Like I can just delete it and just add more text. Please don't do that. Like do not do that.
No.
Like
huge no.
Yeah. Even though your text messaging platform might allow it, like give people the option to opt out because that can be very intrusive. Honor those opt-outs, and just use it responsibly.
Yeah, not only does it lead to a better customer experience because it builds trust, giving them the option to opt out, but it's also opt out, but it's also required.
Yeah.
If you are sending marketing messages, you have to give them the option to opt out.
Yeah, exactly.
So 100%, totally agree with all that. The only thing I would say is if you are coming out with a lot of products or you're doing a decent amount of promotions, I would say 1 text message a week is okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that's overdoing it, but more than that could be, unless it's something like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where
it's different.
If you're doing Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday, you want to make them aware of these. Maybe you have different promotions for each of them. Maybe you have the same promotion for each of them, but different marketing. Like you should absolutely be making people aware of these. So there are times where it makes a lot of sense. Another thing I like to do, if I'm running a sale, I like to send at least 2 text messages. 1 to announce a sale and 1 to let them know it's ending. Because a lot of times, adding in that urgency and scarcity, that's going to be what's going to get people to go. Because a lot of people will see the first one, they'll open up, they'll be like, awesome, there's a sale this weekend. I'll check it out over the weekend. I'll see what I like, and then I'll complete my purchase. And then life gets in the way and they have a lot going on. They're seeing a lot of ads. They totally forget. And before they know it, the sale is over. But if you can send them one last message saying, hey, sale is ending in 8 hours or sale ends today, be sure to check out the deal. Then a lot of times those, almost always, if you are running your marketing campaigns to an audience that loves your brand and loves your products, then those are going to convert and make you sales. So those are kind of a couple situations, but generally I would say no more than 1 a week unless you have a reason for more than 1.
For sure.
Cool. All right. Let's transition into the last section. And these are our top 3 recommendations in no particular order. So I don't want anyone to think that we have a top recommendation. We don't. Like all 3 of these are really good. I've used 2 out of 3 of them. And I know that the other one that I have not used is also really good. So Kerry, why don't you kick it off?
Yeah. The first one on the list is Klaviyo, however you say it. Klaviyo is kind of known for their email marketing. They added text messaging in a few years ago. I would say the big benefit, this is the one I've used the most. I would say the big benefit of SMS in Klaviyo is if you're already using Klaviyo for email, you can seamlessly integrate SMS into your automations and your sequences. And it's pretty awesome what you can do inside Klaviyo, like with the automations, right? Of like saying like, if they don't do this, then send them this message. And it's like, you can do some really cool stuff. And in Klaviyo, you can literally, with their visual editor, you can literally just like say, delay 2 hours, send a text message, then delay 2 hours and send an email. If they click the email, send them this text message, and it's really, really intuitive in that way. It definitely has some downsides related to SMS. I think the biggest thing with the other two recommendations that we have is they're going to be more focused specifically on SMS. And I believe those platforms will still integrate with something like Klaviyo. But
yeah, they do.
They're going to be more focused on SMS. So you're going to get better stats. You're going to get maybe some features that you won't get in Klaviyo specific to SMS. Mm-hmm. But with Klaviyo, that big benefit is the deep integration with email, with what you're already doing in email.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other two that we're going to talk about, that's their bread and butter. Text message marketing is their bread and butter. It is what all their development team is building on, is working to create more features. And so they're more feature rich. And Klaviyo is the one of the three that I haven't used myself, but man, it's become so much more powerful. When it first came out, it was more expensive. It was less feature rich. And I was like, why would I use this? You know what I mean? But now I definitely see the value in it because that seamless integration, you can do really cool things. Like Kerry said, where you intertwine SMS and email, where it knows not to send them an SMS if they open up this email, or knows to send them an SMS if they didn't open up this email. So you're trying to get them from two angles, two different channels.
Yeah, essentially when somebody opts in, like when you have a two-step pop-up and somebody gives an email and an SMS, Klaviyo is going to be able to create a profile with that email and the SMS, the phone number in there. And so it knows, right? It knows if it sees an open on that email that it can do whatever with the SMS, or if it sees an open on that SMS or a click or whatever you specify as the seller, you can do really specific things based on their actions, right? Klaviyo has such a deep integration with Shopify that you can do things like if something is added to cart, it will know, and attribute it to that customer profile. And then you can do actions based off of that. Like it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, it's very powerful, and it has gotten a lot better, and it's gotten a lot cheaper. All these, when SMS marketing first came out, it was a lot more expensive than it is now. It's just been they've been competing with each other, and they keep lowering their prices, and it's awesome for us, the marketers, because that's great. Competition is good, and it's making it more affordable for us. So Klaviyo is an awesome option. Option number two, this is actually the one that I'm using right now. I've been using this for well over 2 years, and this is Attentive. I really like Attentive. I think Attentive personally is the number one SMS platform out there right now. It's used by a lot of big brands. I was actually recommended Attentive from the founder of Pure Vita Bracelets, Griffin Thal.
Nice.
This guy is such a G. I reached out to him over DM on Instagram. This guy is this massive brand, one of the e-commerce unicorns that sold recently for what was it, $150 million, something crazy. And he is such a cool dude. And I just DM'd him, and I had heard him on a podcast, and I DM'd him and I was like, hey, I just listened to this podcast. I really loved it. What are your thoughts about SMS marketing? What's a platform you'd recommend? And he actually responded, and I felt like a celebrity was responding to me.
Are you saying that he should be on this podcast? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Griffin,
if you're listening,
bro. Come on our podcast. We would love to hear you talk about all about your journey with Pure Vita Bracelets. I want to see how much it sold for.
Open invite. Come on.
Open invite. Yeah, exactly. So it looks like Pure Vita Bracelets in July 2019, Vera Bradley, huge company, announced their acquisition of 75% stake of Pure Vita Bracelets for $75 million in cash, plus there's more to it, plus $22.5 million in earn out, which equates to a little more than 9 times that year's adjusted EBITDA. I'm not going to nerd out too much over this, but guys, this is a huge company, an awesome company. You should check them out. And I get a lot of inspiration from them. But anyhow, yes, Griffin, we would love to have you on. If you're a listener, which you're probably not, we would love to have you on.
Don't say that.
What's that?
We have bajillions of listeners on this podcast. This is the #1 print-on-demand podcast in the world. Right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe he's moved over to print on demand. He doesn't do peer-to-peer bracelets anymore, so maybe he's transitioned to print on demand. I hope so. That'd be great. I'd love to work with him. But yeah, Attentive, recommended by him. Super cool company. I feel like they're the leaders in SMS marketing. They seem to come out with the features first, and then everyone just seems to copy them. Not only that is they have really competitive pricing, which I really like. The only downside is that they usually require contracts. So you have to sign on for a year or 2 years. And a lot of people don't like that. They like the flexibility of just going month to month with someone. So you can definitely negotiate with them. I've negotiated a lot with them. So I'm telling you guys it's possible. But the contrast thing, it's hard to negotiate with them. But what you can do is you can just say, oh, I just don't want a limit on the amount of text messages that I can send in a month. And they might go for it. With us, they went for it. With some, they might not. Who knows? But I highly recommend them. They're super awesome, really good, solid support. And so the next one is also really good support. Actually, all three of these have amazing, like world-class support. They all have live chats where you can talk to people and they can help you through anything. So Kerry, why don't you take the third one?
The third one is Postscript. Very similar to Attentive. I think probably their biggest competitor was what I would say. But yeah, so Postscript, we got Attentive, Postscript, and Klaviyo. Anything you want to say about Postscript?
So I started with Postscript because Constantly Varied Gear was using Postscript, and they were cheaper than Attentive, I believe, and they didn't require contracts. And that was like the big draw, is like, okay, you don't have to lock in for a year or something like that. However, when I went back after my contract was expiring with Attentive and I went back to Postscript to negotiate to see if they could offer anything better, dude, they came up short, super short. Their offer was a joke, an absolute joke compared to Attentive. And I was like, how do you think this is going to attract me to come back to you guys? One, now you want me in a contract. And two, you can't even compete with Attentive's prices. And I think you guys are equally good. Maybe Attentive is even a bit better. And so I was highly disappointed. I'm not trying to throw shade on Postscript. I actually think they're amazing. I love the company. If they could have offered me a really good deal, I probably would have went back to them because I actually had a super good experience with them. But after Griffin recommended Attentive and I talked to them and they gave me a better deal than with Postscript, I moved over to them.
I was trying to see if I could actually compare pricing between them. But I think Attentive, you actually have to reach out, it looks like, to actually get the pricing.
Also, both of them you can negotiate with. So what pricing you do see, usually you can get a bit better of deals. That's why if you are choosing between them, I would recommend talking to both and seeing who gives you the better offer because they're both amazing products and services. So I don't want to throw shade on anyone. I'm just talking about my honest experience with them, but I can easily vouch for any of, for Attentive or Postscript. And even Klaviyo, I would happily use Klaviyo, but I'm already dedicated to Attentive. So cool. That's it. That wraps it up for this SMS marketing episode. So we hope you guys go out there. We hope you take action. We hope you make a ton of sales with SMS marketing. If you are thinking about getting in place, get it in place before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Please, you have to do this because you are going to benefit big time in terms of exposure, in terms of cutting through the noise and getting the attention of your ideal target audience. So with that, Kerry, is there anything else you want to say?
No, great episode.
Awesome. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for listening, and we will talk to you guys very, very soon.
See you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Print on Demand Playbook podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave us an honest review on whichever platform you're listening on. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.